That's not innocent. You can only become innocent when you have experienced enough, and when you're prepared to give up the burden of being attached to all your experience and all your opinions. That's what it is to be innocent. I am innocent. Of course I'm innocent. How could I talk about innocent if I wasn't innocent? The next time you're talking to someone who says they're innocent, say, well, then you must be innocent. Then you must have no burden. Your life must be absolutely perfect in every respect, particularly your love life. Is that right? Yeah. Yes. Innocence is a remarkable thing because it's the closest thing to God. And then we have a pure heart. Well, there's nothing like a pure heart. It is a most beautiful thing to have a pure heart. Do you think I'm being too romantic here? Do you think I'm being too abstract? Or is your intelligence up to listening to me? What is it to have a pure heart? These words are not just inventions. They've been handed down from people since time immemorial. The pure of heart shall see God. What is it to be pure of heart? For God's sake, will anyone tell us? Instead of these stupid churchianity guys, Christianities. What is it to be pure of heart?
Your intention matches your action.
When your thinking matches your actions?
Your intention.
When your intentions matches your actions? No, that might be true at that level. But the pure of heart is to have your heart broken and not to blame, accuse, or complain about anyone or anything in your life, and not to hold on to it. That's what it is to be pure of heart. No longer to blame, accuse, or complain about your life. But your heart has to be broken. So many hearts have been broken and nothing gained from it. Nothing. How many women here have had their hearts broken? How many men here have had their hearts broken, but particularly women, and nothing gained? Well, I know that some of you have gained much, right? But I'm endeavouring to make the point. Only a broken heart makes a pure heart. Otherwise, you're going to really believe in yourself. There's one thing about a broken heart, if you're really there when it breaks, is you say, I'm nothing. I'm finished. There's nothing true about me whatever. I have no hope. I've got nothing. Because everything, it's like a punctured tyre. Yourself is tyre, blowing up nice and high and big while things are good. And when the desperate broken heart comes, when the terrible knife goes into the heart and rips you open, you're punctured and you deflate just like a balloon or a tyre. And you're nothing. And you're finished. And you're desolate, and there's no future and there's no past. In that moment, there is the opportunity to see the truth. But how many see it? Because of our conditioning. People say, oh, don't worry, love. Don't worry. You'll find someone else. Don't worry, darling. He's died, but he's never forgotten. Don't worry, darling. And they're patting you on the bloody shoulder and they're being sympathetic when you don't want sympathy. You want the truth. Do you think that a broken heart is made up by something? Or do you think it might be God that breaks your heart to try to get you to be true, to come home to me, to come back to me, the living truth that is God? What do you think it's about? No good talking to humanity. I can talk to you, though. What do you think a broken heart's about? What do you think death's about? What do you think pain and suffering's about? Only created by God to bring us home so that we will deflate and give up our own selfish, willful ways. You getting the message? Or do I sound like some Christian evangelist? For God's sake, save me from that. I speak from the place of the broken heart. My heart is broken, always broken. But I have no pain anymore because I've released the pain. I've released the accusations of anyone else for my life. I've got rid of the blaming. I've got rid of complaining. It is my life. Do you understand? It is my life. I'm responsible for the light shining on me. And if they give me a headache, I'm responsible for it. I'm responsible for every single moment of it. Now, it's not to be a human being is not to be responsible. You know that. Oh, you're responsible for now, but what about over here? Oh, no, you can't be responsible for a whole life. Well, you've got to be responsible for your whole life. No good telling me what somebody's doing to you. You are doing it in a very, very profound way. So we mustn't make that sort of statement in a trite way. We must realize the profundity of what karma is, our own past, chasing us all the time. Our own ignorance chasing us and taking new form to stand in front of us as circumstances and torment us for what we have not attended to will have to appear again in our life. That is the truth. And so karma is another word used. I only use it because I don't use these Eastern terms, but I can't get a better one word than, what it is the what you have not faced before appearing in different forms in what is the so-called future, your circumstances. Well, having defined it, I can use the word karma because we're so stupid in the West. We're so utterly stupid. All we're concerned about is learning and nuts and bolts and sending things up into space and all that, but no truth. So we don't have any word for a thing like karma, but it gets trotted out, doesn't it? All the Eastern masters, all the Eastern stuff, karma. Nobody tells you what it is. Because if you've got a problem now, if you've got a problem this very moment in your life, that's your karma. That's what you have not faced before, and that's what has to be faced now. And what does facing it mean? Facing it means face it courageously as you can, only as you can. No blaming another person for what has happened to you. No accusing someone else for doing it to you. And no complaining about your life. How about that? What is that then? That takes another element which goes into the depths of you, which is related to the God in you, which is your knowledge of God. And that changes karma. For karma is the past. And what I'm talking about in dealing and not accusing, blaming or complaining, that's a present. And the present can dissolve the past. As long as I am in it and not blaming some other thing for what I have done and now must face.